So we're going to touch on the topic of lust, pornography, and masturbation from a male perspective. Now, I want to say this, I know ladies struggle with it, and we touched on that, and we're not here to embarrass anybody. We're not here to overlook it, but we do know that the male tends to be visually stimulated. Visually stimulated. And so if you looked on our promo this morning, we looked on the classic story of David and Bathsheba. David and Bathsheba in 1 Samuel tells us many important things that men need to learn when it comes to protecting yourself from lust, protecting yourself from any kind of sexual addiction, including pornography and masturbation. Yes, I would use that word. Now, let me explain something that is going to shock you. A lot of Christian men struggle with masturbation because they don't want to commit fornication. Let me say it straight up front. That's the reality. They don't want to be fully blown, going out, having intimacy with anyone, Christian or non-Christian. So they are refraining and protecting themselves. But in the privacy now of their own homes, when their desires and their hormones are raging, masturbation is presented to them as an option. And there actually were for many years a teaching in the church that said masturbation was not only good, it was encouraged. We do not agree. I have said to other men, I've said, if you believe that masturbation is a God-given activity, I always challenge them. What are the thoughts that participate in it? Jesus says, if you lust after a woman in your heart, you have committed the act. And I do not know of anyone that commits any kind of masturbation, which is self-sex, without fantasies or memories. Let me explain. Sometimes you have a memory, which is of your first initial encounters or of other partners. Sometimes you have a fantasy of your ideal mate. But regardless of it, that's not a real person. That is not a real relationship. Masturbation creates an imaginary, and it is a total situation which has nothing to do with giving of yourself, being one flesh. It is a totally selfish act that appeals to your own desires at the time, male or female. And so masturbation, and you have to understand, for many years this was taught, that Christian men especially, it's okay